So this thing's, it's a little bit different to say the least. And what it is a lot of fisheries now, because a lot of people fish fabs, they've taken away the non-buoyant fly rule. So the rule now is no boobies. So to get around this, I've been fishing this. A few other boys have been fishing it as well. And it was adapted to fish competitions because boobies aren't allowed. I'll show you some of my favourites. Now I used these. There was an eliminator. It's supposed to be a small water eliminator. But it's not a small water. At Walthamstow, a couple of years ago. There's a black one. And I fished this fly, and Scotty, Andrew Scott, good competition angler, he was fishing one similar. There's another one, olive, I like olive and black, and he won it, and I was second. He was roly-poly in his. When you roly-poly this, it gets like a Rapala motion. It's pretty crazy. I was fishing mine slow, with a couple of jerks every now and again just to give it that little bit of movement. But yeah, I think we certainly had more fish than most people, that's for sure. And I think it was because we were fishing this. And it's a kind of get around way of fishing a booby without fishing a booby. And that's fishing that, there's a cat's whisker one, with a big post. So I'll go ahead and tie it. There you go, you can see I've got loads of them in there. And boobies. Some really scary stuff. So to tie it, it's basically just a lure. The key to it is this post. Now, because this is a big fly, I start off with a big hook, and this is a streamer hook, 900 BL. This is a size 10. I do fish it in a size 8 as well, depending on how much foam post I've got on it. So, stick the hook in the vise. And the first thing I'm going to do, because I've got to tie an orange fly, I'm going to tie it with some orange thread. Now with that post there, it looked a bit different. It's just, one of my mates sent me it. It's from Flyfish North. Flyfish North, is that right? Flyfish North. I need to get this right. He's got Flyfish North and you've got F&F. Basically Scott Nellens has got this stuff. It's just foam, variegated foam. Does it make a difference? Not at all. However, I thought I'd just get it in this video so you could get a look at it. And what I've done is I've just rounded off the top with the scissors. So take the scissors and wind that cord round 360 degrees. You can, if you wish, to make it even smoother, just give it a wee run round with the lighter and you get a nice smooth. So now what we do is we come in and we cut this at a 45-degree angle. Okay, now this bit's key. You want the cord, so you want the point of the angle on the hook shank. You don't want it the opposite way. If you tie it in this way, this kicks up at a stupid angle. Tie it in this way and it stays nice and flat. So now we've got to lock it in. So I've got strong thread here. This is that's a thick bit of foam, Scott. This is a 8/0 thread. And really pull down into that stuff. It'll take it. Most foams will take it with a thick thread. Now, if it wants to spin, bring your thread round and behind the eye. And what that does is reverse the thread rotation. So instead of going clockwise, it's now going anti-clockwise. So I went clockwise, looking in one place, then I just went anti-clockwise. Now back, clockwise. You see? That simple. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to snap the thread. So happens when you pull it too tight. Let me just quickly sort this out. And how I do this is I basically take my cutting end, thread it into the bobbin holder and suck. There you go. That's him. Start again, Steve. Snip that waste thread away. Take some bright orange Marabou, long stuff, and get a really good handful, 1.5 inches, 2 inches, and then take it in your thumb and forefinger and just spin it. So you got a nice level playing field to work with. Now I'll snip that off. And I like to just create a straight edge there. So come in, top of the hook shank. Try and keep the body even. It's very difficult with that foam, but you'll see where I tied the Marabou in. We've got a nice taper up the body. Okay. You can, I'll do it for the purposes of this, snip that tail so you can see it. I've now got a little bit of water here, and what I'll do is I'll catch this chenille. This is just an orange chenille, orangey pink chenille. Like I say, main colours for me when I'm fishing in this way, keep it simple. Cat, black, olive, orange, that's it. And I just, with my thumb and forefinger, just in a bit of water, and I'll just gotta run this up the chenille. Rather than soaking the chenille and sticking it in the water, I just prefer to do it this way. Run that up the chenille. Okay, and then touch and turns, wind it around the shank there. Keeping all the Fritz going one way, and that's back towards the rear of the hook shank. Like so. If you feel you're running out of moisture, because you want all these fibres going back, keeping it tidy. Like that. Right up to the foam. There we go. And then I'll lock and turn. 1, 2, 3. Because it's a Fritz, out of my craft knife, a little bit of tension there, I'll take that away. Pull everything back. You'll get a few stray fibres underneath. Too many, just wet your fingers again, pull everything out of the way, like that. So that's it. Everything locked in place. Now to tie off, rather than tie it there, I'll bring it to the eye of the hook, come over, and then just a couple of wraps in there. Pull that back, 1, 2, 3. You can stick a bit of varnish in there. Just get rid of the fibres. And that's how we get round the no booby rule, is this foam post lure. And like I say, what I would say is make sure that you tie them in the appropriate colours. Most often than not, black, cat colours, olive and orange are got to be the key. You can change your foam post colour if you want, but I don't really think it makes a difference. It's more about the foam. The thicker the foam you put in that, obviously the more buoyancy you have. But what I would say with these flies is fish it with a non-slip loop knot or a Rapala knot. It allows the fly to move. It's no tether to the leader, it's allowed to move, and that's the key to it. A sneaky little workaround to not fishing boobies, and one that's tremendously effective.